Michael, how have the first couple of days of pre-season gone?
It's been good, yeah. It's always nice to get back. The weather's lovely, the pitches are immaculate, and the lads have worked well. You know, it's typical pre-season. The first 2 or 3 days, it's always a little bit, yeah, getting them going again. But they've worked well, and you know, the ball's out quickly, and you know, we've got to get ready. You know, I think we'll play within the first 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, we'll play our first game. So, as I say, the period of conditioning is getting shorter all the time.
How important is it to get the balls out early?
I think it's necessary. The players come back in good condition as well, to be honest. So they're not like it was obviously in the past, and so they come back, they're tested. We know where they are physically. Some had different programs, some had international football to deal with. So as I say, it's a young group at the minute, particularly. You know, some of the lads who play international football are still away, and equally, you know, it's given the opportunity. There's 4 or 5, you know, young lads up and around it at the minute as well.
The first couple of days of training, you've been joined by Aidan Flint and Harry Clark. How pleased are you to get those signings over the line?
Very pleased. We felt we needed someone like Aidan in the building. You know, he's a warrior. I think anyone that's seen him play will know that. Great experience at this level. Gives us a massive presence in both boxes, and we felt that, you know, he was available, and he was a, you know, a good experience signing and something that we felt we needed. With Harry, slightly different. Obviously, he had to break his loan with Hibs. We watched him twice, and I watched him twice in person at the end of last season. Got the chance to do that. Like what I saw, again, very good player athletically, good pedigree, obviously coming from Arsenal, and you know, it's a step up for him. What he has done, you know, when he went initially to the SPFL, he quickly demonstrated what he was capable of, and you know, he looks ready for the challenge.
You've also added Josh Laurent to the squad. What will he bring to the team?
I think Josh was a player that was pretty highly coveted in the Championship, given obviously particularly that he's a free agent as well. He's got great athleticism and good physical presence, and I think we lack that at times a little bit in midfield. So he'll give us that in addition to the midfield players that we have. And again, he's at a really good point in his career. You know, he's really keen to, you know, push and kick on and play at the top end of the Championship, and we think he'll bring a lot to the squad.
Over the summer, you tied Lewis Baker down to a longer contract. How important was that?
It was very important. You know, when we took Lewis, we took him on a free. You know, there was a buyout in that contract that we had to agree to, and tying him to a longer contract means that obviously that's no longer there. You know, I think everyone saw the impact that Lewis had since he came to the club since January, the goals that he brought to the team. But I think what he also brings is a real desire, and you see that every day in the training pitch, and you know how he goes about, you know, being a professional footballer. I think he's a great example to all the younger players in the club as well.
In terms of midfielders, you've let Mario Vrancic leave. What was the thinking behind that one?
We had a chat with Mario like towards the end of last season, and he was a bit, you know, not concerned, but with the amount of game time that he'd had. Although you know, Mario for me played as much as really we expected him, given that you know, when we signed him he was 32, turning 33. The demands of the Championship. He had an injury which wasn't ideal, but he just felt that, you know, for him it was the right time to go back abroad. And you know, we looked at the situation and felt that it frees up a space in our budget to look at options as well, and you know, it was the right deal for both parties.
You've got 3 new players through the door. I suspect you're working hard to get more through.
Yeah, we are. You know, this is the lightest we've been on numbers. Typically, when you know, the pre-seasons that I've had here, and this is my 3rd pre-season, we always had players returning. You know, at times as many as 5 or 6 players that were away from the club. We don't have that at the minute, you know, so this is the lightest we've been in terms of numbers, but that gives us probably the most scope to try and build. We have to be very select with what we can do financially, but yeah, the squad this season going forward will be, I think, have a different age profile from what we've had in the past.